It is the start of a new day at Firestone, Liberia. Kids are hustling to school. Tappers are in the field harvesting latex from rubber trees during the coolness of the early morning. Construction crews are building new homes, and the sawmill is buzzing, turning old rubber trees into Havea wood, lumber that will be used for furniture and wood flooring. This new business has created hundreds of new value-added manufacturing jobs at Firestone, Liberia, and the company now employs nearly 7,000 Liberians in total.
Firestone is rebuilding. The rest of the country, they're talking, but Firestone is actually doing it.
Joseph Phillips is the production manager for the Havea wood operation. He grew up at Firestone, Liberia, but spent the last 22 years in the United States. Several years ago, he decided to take a risk, move his wife and children back to Liberia so he could work at Firestone. He wanted to be a part of the country's rebuilding. He wanted to come home.
I am very, very proud to be born in Firestone, raised here, did my elementary, my primary school in Firestone, and be back here in a community where, as a child, I was running around here. I'm very, very proud to be part of this. Very excited.
Phillips watched from afar as Liberia was torn apart by a brutal 14-year civil war. Now he's part of his country's post-war renewal. And much of the progress is happening at Firestone, Liberia. Since 2004, Firestone has invested more than $76 million in Liberia. The company built more than 1,500 new homes for its employees, and 4,000 more new homes will be built. To reestablish Liberia's rubber industry, Firestone has distributed over 1 million free rubber tree seedlings to local independent farmers and continues to replant thousands of acres of its own rubber trees every year. New schools are opening. Children are learning again. Almost 17,000 children are getting a good education free of charge at Firestone schools.
Every day I come to school, I learn new things that even if I'm home, I won't learn it. But I come to school in a conducive environment, I have that ease of learning.
Perhaps Firestone's most important contribution to the rebuilding of Liberia is its ability to provide good-paying jobs in an economy that badly needs them. Rubber tappers and factory workers earn more than most government civil servants, and a job at Firestone comes with a number of important economic benefits, including free housing, free health care and education for workers' children, and food at reduced costs. Many work for Firestone in the rubber business, in the fields, factories, and in hundreds of management jobs. But many Liberians also work for Firestone in health care. Or, like Mona Jala, they work in education. Mona is vice principal of the Division 44 Middle School.
I like my job. I like especially working with the children, counseling them, because as you know, the post-war children some of them are traumatized, so we talk to them, counsel them, tell them the importance of education and what education is going to do for them, for their family, and for their country.
Post-war Liberia is still very much a work in progress. In most of Liberia, including the capital of Monrovia, there is still no clean running water, reliable electricity, or sanitation systems. But it is getting better. Since 2006, the Firestone Donation Cargo Program has provided space for relief goods on each ship traveling to Liberia. The donated items such as textbooks and medical supplies help improve the communities of Liberia.
One of the people that took advantage of our program was a 14-year-old teenager from Sacramento, California by the name of Casey Robbins. Casey had seen a broadcast on public television where they talked about the need for textbooks in Liberia. So Casey took it upon herself to collect textbooks from the local schools in her area, and she was able to fill a 20-foot container and ship it to Liberia through our program.
As the country rebuilds, accessible health care is essential. The Firestone Dewside Hospital was literally gutted in the war. It has taken more than 4 years of planning and hard work, but the hospital has been rebuilt. In December of 2008, Firestone Dewside Hospital officially reopened for general admissions. Liberian President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was there for the celebration. In 2008, Firestone entered into a new long-term investment agreement with the government of Liberia that sets the terms for the company's business operations in the country. Firestone leases 121,000 acres of land from the government to grow and process natural rubber. Firestone is traditionally the country's largest private taxpayer and largest single private employer. Under the agreement, the company has committed to make substantial new investments in Liberia, totaling $100 million over a 5-year period.
We see major improvements in the living condition of the workers on the plantation, and it's there for anybody to see. You look at the housing, the educational facilities, the medical facilities. People should not have opinion on what's going on the plantation or on the partnership unless they come and see. You know, there's nothing better than making a tour, looking at the improvement before you make a judgment.
Healthcare is a good example of the important role Firestone plays in holding together the fabric of this community. More than 80% of the babies born here and the women who come to the hospital seeking prenatal care are not the dependents of Firestone employees, but instead are neighbors who come from surrounding communities. Firestone healthcare facilities treat everyone who comes in, whether they work for the company or not.
This facility is one of the best in the country. We are going to play a very important part, a very important role in the health delivery system of this country.
Firestone is playing a huge role in preparing children for a brighter future. The company operates 25 schools, including a comprehensive high school that is equipped with computer and science labs. This is a precious opportunity for the children of Firestone employees. Many children in Liberia do not have this kind of opportunity to get an education and to someday attend college. Wallace LeKay is a supervisor in the rubber tapping operations. He has 7 children enrolled in Firestone schools and a daughter who is attending college on a Firestone scholarship.
And then through what I earn, that is what sustaining my family. And all my children are well prepared, educationally, physically, morally, everything through the job in which I am doing presently. So I love Firestone for that.
So much has been done, but the work of rebuilding Liberia and Firestone's rubber operations is, in many ways, just beginning. There are new improvements to roads, transportation, and environmental management. In November 2008, in cooperation with the Liberian Environmental Protection Agency, Firestone began operating a new state-of-the-art, multi-million-dollar factory water treatment facility. Water is now processed in equalization and clarification tanks and then moved into constructed wetlands for natural biological treatment. Processed water no longer flows from Firestone's operations to the Farmington River, which is adjacent to the rubber farm. Nonetheless, Firestone regularly samples the water in the river, as well as throughout the new treatment system, to ensure compliance with water quality standards.
We are very happy to have been able to throw the switch on the new water process plant. We've been working on it for over a year to install. It's a multi-million-dollar system, and there is no system like that in Liberia, to my knowledge. And we're the first to have it. Hopefully we'll be the pattern for the rest of the country as it takes on its environmental responsibilities as well.
There are so many challenges ahead for Liberia, but the path to a better future begins with people joining hands and working together for a common goal. That spirit of teamwork and commitment has led to a lot of progress at Firestone Liberia. And the journey to a better future for this country and its people is just beginning.